All right, it's Friday, June 9th. I'm at the Sofitel in Phnom Penh, and this little beautiful creature is Lionel. I saw him about, I don't know, 6-8 months ago when I was here, and I'm getting ready to go to my meeting. It's about 7:15, and you know what? I skipped breakfast. I went for a walk, and come see my buddy. They bring him out at 7 o'clock every morning, and they take him in 3:30 in the afternoon for his nappy. And this is Lionel, and he's a sun canary, and he's from South America, and he was found on the 10th floor of the Sofitel, Phnom Penh, and he can't really fly a whole lot, and so he's happy to have found a new home in the Sofitel family, and they're taking exceptional care of this little guy. And he's just beautiful. And I come out here and we talk. Hi, Lionel. Hi, Lionel. You're beautiful. Do you know that? You are simply beautiful. I had a canary when I was in college, and it met an unfortunate demise. My roommate, we used to let him fly around our apartment. We didn't really, back in those days, we were pretty flexible. Didn't really care what the house looked like. So he would fly around all over the place, and you know, and they're messy, as you can see. And unfortunately, my roommate came home hammered one night and opened up the window. And the next morning, when we let our guy out, he made a beeline for the window and made it outside. Good news is the air was fresh. The bad news, it was like 30 degrees colder than our refrigerator, and so he didn't make it, and that was unfortunate, and we were pretty upset about it. But it is what it is. But we had a canary. And these guys don't do well with other birds. They don't share a whole lot, and parakeets will pick on them. And so sun canaries are somewhat persnickety. But they are just beautiful. I mean, this guy, look at him. Hi, Lionel. Are you cleaning yourself? Are you doing a little personal hygiene this morning? But they're gorgeous, and they're pleasant creatures. They'll sing, they'll yap, especially real late at night. They start getting yappy, they get cranky, and so you put a blanket over their cage, and they do well with that. If not, then they'll yap with the best of them. You think your wife yaps? They got, trust me, it's got nothing on a canary. But yeah, it's really kind of cool. His name's Lionel, and I always enjoy my mornings. I'd much rather talk to Lionel than eat breakfast. I went for my walk this morning, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go see Lionel before I head to the factory. Lionel, you having your breakfast? You got sunflowers? Good for you, buddy. Huh? You're beautiful. He really is. He's just gorgeous. You're a beautiful bird. You know what? I like canaries and parakeets. I really do. But boy, I tell you what, this is what you got to deal with, though. I mean, because their intestinal tract, how ours winds around, theirs doesn't, and it's pretty linear. So what goes in immediately goes out, immediately, and they can go like a racehorse, as you can see, and they are messy, and they can get noisy, but boy, they you know what, they're pleasant. They're pleasant. They really are. And if you get them when they're really young, they're pretty easy to train, and walk around on your shoulder and all that. So they're pretty cool. You know what? Sun canary from South America. Bonjour. Bonjour. Yeah, we're at the Sofitel, or I'm at the Sofitel. in Phnom Penh. I either stay here or at the Raffles, and this time I wanted to stay here. One of the reasons was to see Lionel. But yeah, this is a nice facility. I would not, my only, and again, I laugh because the operating budget of this place is just got to be huge. It's got to be huge because this is on quite an expansive campus, and just the pure upkeep of this place is just amazing. I mean, the gardeners everywhere, but it's a beautiful. If you're in Phnom Penh, and you have the means, I would stay here by far. I like this place every bit as much as Raffles Hotel. Raffles over by the Spook House, by the U.S. Embassy here in Cambodia, and they're both really nice. Don't get me wrong. They're just different. That's all. Which one do I prefer? It depends. The lounge over at Raffles is hard to beat. The Elephant Bar. I mean, it's one of my top 3 that I've been to in the world. It just fits me perfectly. It's got that Jim Thompson sort of genre. So I would give the nod to Raffles. But as far as the ambiance and the campus and just the makeup, this place has a club level. Raffles doesn't. This place got Lionel. Raffles doesn't. And so the breakfast here is better than Raffles, but I don't need a whole lot to make me happy. But yeah. Good morning. But yeah, you know what? This little guy makes my day. I for some reason, I just really, really love animals. I'm just a really big animal guy. Birds, dogs. I've even taken somewhat of a softer heart to cats, although they're not necessarily my thing. I might be someday persuaded into going a kitty cat route. I don't like the way they smell the house up. But these guys I really do like. It's just you got to be into the maintenance thing. If you got time and you're retired, you can hang out with Lionel. Huh, buddy? How you doing, bud? You look beautiful. You know that? You really look beautiful. You're a pretty bird. You're a pretty bird. Come on, give me a kiss. There you go. That's his kiss. Huh? Are you showing off? Are you showing off your feathers? Boy, he is just, he's just beautiful. Now, you know what? I just love this little guy. I'm so happy that I get a chance to see him. I really do, It makes my day. I'll have a pleasant morning now. Nothing's going to make me upset at all because I get to see my buddy. It makes it worthwhile. It's little things like this, This is what makes me happy. When you get to 63 and you're an expat, you've pretty much experienced most of the things, either seen it, done it, heard about it, read about it, and so it's the simple stuff. And this is one of those simple things. Look at him playing on a swing. So for me, that's what it's all about. What are you doing, buddy? Are you trying to bite your cord? Are you trying to bite Steve? Are you trying to bite Steve? What are you doing, miserable bird? Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. What are you doing there, Lionel? Well, if that goes, buddy, you're going to go down. He's trying to, what are you doing? Is this a power trip? Or is this a power thing? Are you angry? He's trying to, what are you doing, bud? He's trying to chew the rope buddy, you're biting the hand that feeds you. Yeah, you don't want to do that because you're standing on the your foundation. But if you cut the rope, you're going to go down. Got to be careful, bud. Got to be careful. Don't. You're going to be London bridges falling down if you bite that rope. But yeah, he's beautiful. Lionel, South America sun canary at the Sofitel in Phnom Penh, and they rescued him off of the 10th floor ledge. And he's family. He's considered family, and they take really good care of him. I've seen them bring him out in the morning, and I've seen them take him in, and they put a nice little blanket over his cage so he doesn't, get freaked out. And he goes downstairs. They actually let me last time go downstairs, and they showed me where they keep him at night, nice and warm. And he enjoys it. So now he's cleaning himself. But yeah, I do. I love animals. I'm kind of partial to elephants. I like elephants, chimpanzees, gorillas. Not really into snakes. It's just not my thing. Spiders, snakes. I never warmed up to that. But camels I can give or take. They're kind of nasty little things. But elephants are cool. Rhinos are all right. I go to the zoo. That's where I hang out. But yeah, okay. Lionel, buddy, I'll see you tonight. I got to get going. Time to go catch my I got to go catch my ride to the factory. But this is Lionel, and he's a sun canary from South America. And you know what? He's pretty cool. It makes my trip worthwhile just to see this little guy. You know what? I pray to God that he has a continued great life, and he's safe, and he enjoys himself, and may he rest in peace when it's that time, because he sure has brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. I'm probably in the long list of people that have enjoyed this little fella, and I just love the way that they take care of him. I just think that you know what? There's times that if it's a tiebreaker, I'll come here simply because of the way they take care of him. I know that's odd, but you know what? The beds are typically the same in these places where I stay. Food's the same. People make the difference, and this is one of those little things that they've kind of personalized. And you know what? Good for them. Good for the Sofitel. And I've stayed in a bunch of Sofitels, and they are hit and miss. You couldn't give me the Sofitel in the Philippines. I wouldn't go back there for the world. It's terrible. The one in Ho Chi Minh is okay. It's actually better than okay. It's good. They got a great bar on the 3rd floor, Ministry of Men, and they got a cigar bar downstairs. But yeah, the one in the Philippines is terrible. The one here, excellent. I would highly recommend the Sofitel in Phnom Penh. Great breakfast, huge spread, good Japanese restaurant, nice people, fantastic lobby. I mean, you can't beat the foyer here. All right, buddy, I gotta go. But you know what? I love you. I really do. You know what? You made my trip. You know what? I gotta go, bud. But you know what? I'll see you tomorrow morning, because when I get home, or back here tonight, you'll be sleepies. They put you get to go sleepies early, 3:30, 4 o'clock. They put him sleepies. But so I'll see you each morning until I leave Sunday afternoon. All right. But you know what, Lionel? You're beautiful. You are beautiful, bud. You are simply a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous creation of God. You know? You just gotta marvel at God's creations, you know? I mean, look at how beautiful he is. And I'm so appreciative for just having the opportunity to just take in his markings, his beauty, his personality. It really adds a lot to life if you sit back and think about it. Boy, I love that kind of stuff. I really do. I'll have to read up on these guys. One time we didn't have internet when I was in college. And I don't think I took the time back then to go and read up on my guy. I knew a little bit about him back in the day. I knew that they didn't like to be with parakeets, and they had a Napoleon complex, so you couldn't put them with a bigger bird. They get picked on, or felt like they were picked on, and they don't cohabitate with other birds real well. They're sort of a, you know, individualists, but they are pleasant. I learned about their digestive tract. That's what I learned about. I did research that because I wanted to make sure our guide was eating right, and I learned all about their digestion and the proper food and all of that. But back in the day, again, you didn't have the internet. Now you can be an expert in a matter of a half hour just by taking the time to read and educate yourself. But so I'll have to do that. I want to maybe. I just don't know if I want to. You know what? They you know, some of these birds can live longer, a lot longer than you are. They're like turtle, and so you better have somebody that's going to adopt them if you meet an untimely demise. And so that's the issue with these guys. They can live a long time. Plus, it's not like you can like leave them. You can't really leave these guys. They do. I remember Carl and I. We had. I mean, you know, it was hilarious. You know, who's going to shag with what woman, what nights, and you got to make sure you're back to feed our buddy back in the day. So yeah. Fortunately, those days are over for me. But I still got to take care of them. And if something happens to me, you know, who will that be? So that's the issue. You know, kind of like dog as well. Cats you can leave for 3 or 4 days. In fact, for the most part, cats just soon you do leave. Leave the water out, leave the food out, and get out of the way. But yeah, pretty cool. Okay, Lionel, you know what, buddy? I gotta go. Your feather's beautiful. You're beautiful. I love you, bud. It's good to see you. Praise God that you're still alive and doing well and ornery as can be. And boy, you're just gorgeous. You really are gorgeous. You know that, Lionel? You really are gorgeous. I'm proud of you, bud. All right, I got to go to work. Over and out. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.